society, boy. Good afternoon, my dear viewer. You may know by now that I like speaking so that I may be heard. And in this case, as a side note, let me point out that beautiful... Okay, so here you have it. One of my many videos on atheism. Do I feel like I'm serving my purpose in life? Of course. Because I happen to believe in God. You know what? God is self-evident. Good is self-evident. Order in the universe is self-evident. Order in the affairs of our lives is self-evident. I don't understand what we're talking about even when we're talking about, okay, so things like what goes around comes around. Do you believe in that? If you believe in something like that, you believe in God. Things like we'll overcome all obstacles, regardless of all of the rational... Hey guys, regardless of all of the rational fucking obstacles and challenges that our mind essentially, you know what, I need to get a toke of weed in me. I gotta send this goddamn thing to my atheist friends, eh? So, you know what, the Quran said it 1400 years ago, and I guess if you want to say stupid things like modern science has modern science has... What is this thing, man? Modern science has backed the thing up, eh? So what does the Quran say that modern science backs up? Well, the Quran says... I forget. You'll be like, he smokes too much weed. Guys, فَذَكَّرِ النَّفَعَةَ الذِّكْرَى. Remember, because the Quran also says, we basically made the Quran. The Quran is amazing, by the way, guys. Okay, I'll just say that to you. I'll just say it's amazing, and I don't even consider it a book. Just like I don't consider Eminem a rapper, right? Eminem's not a rapper because if he's a rapper, then everyone else in that category becomes instantly disqualified. So... It's so nice having weed, guys. It's so nice having weed. It's such a beautiful plant. Anyway, as I mentioned, I'm not an addict, and there's no such thing as weed addiction. Everyone has THC in your body. If you feel if you I'm tweeting this thing. I just tweet out my old videos. So this video, I'm walking around in nature talking about how God's a feeling. Okay? It's like Bob Marley said. Either you know it, he who knows it feels it. He who feels it knows it. And one of my atheist friends, atheist_bot. Hey guy, how are you doing, man? I hope I didn't piss you off or anything. It's been a while. Hey, listen. He said something very interesting too. I sent him something like God's an experience. I made a video on that. He's like, well, it sounds to me like, or I sent him a quote, there's enough light for one who wants to see. He's like, well, that sounds awfully lot to me like, to believe is to believe. And that's the whole thing. I was like, that's exactly right, man. I'm telling you what, guys, I'm totally on the same wavelength with atheists, because here's the beauty of this thing. Guys, to believe is a sublime fucking conception. Average person may or may not understand what it means to believe. If you can understand, if you have the intelligence and you've been guided, your heart's been guided to an understanding of this sublime, this fucking thing, to believe is to believe. I should call this video, to believe is to believe. To believe is to believe. So it's a choice. Okay, it's obvious it's a choice. Guys, going back to... Okay, so I'm going to write, Dear Atheist Friends. Dear Atheist Friends. And you know, the reason I do this, guys, you know, it does actually make a difference. I do have conversations with people. Like fucking long ass, guys, go to some of my videos. There are guys who have written, I'm not even kidding. They've written PhD caliber thesis material and put that shit on my YouTube channel, guys. There's some guy called Gnome Otro. There's a bunch of regular players. Okay? Now, they watch my video, all of it, like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30, 40. Some guy will be like, at 17 minutes, you say such and such. And then he fucking piles into me. He'll have like multiple paragraphs with headings, scientific stuff. And by the way, I can't even touch. Oh God, it's still recording, eh? I can't even touch that stuff. Atheists, guys, I'll say again, if I wasn't a Shia, I'd be an atheist. I love fucking atheists. I want to be the leader of atheists. And by the way, atheists are smart enough to say, well, we need a non-atheist leader. Because here's the whole why. You can't have a guy who claims to have no agenda and attachments to be your leader, because that becomes his agenda in one sense. Second thing, you don't know that he's being honest and he doesn't have agenda. Or you need a guy who does have an agenda, my atheist friends. Okay? So maybe I'll call this video, vote me as your leader. Seriously, I'm not joking. You guys think I'm joking. I'll protect. What am I offering? Hey guys, I'll protect your fucking asses and I'll get your name out there, which is what same as my agenda, which is the obliteration of fucking evil in the world. And a lot of it is caused by the church. A lot of it, unfortunately, is caused by arrogant religious people. Now, do I beg to differ, obviously, on some points of fucking discussion? Yeah. But we have the same purpose, my atheist friends, so think about that shit. I can be a fucking great leader. I'm a great fucking guy. I take care of my people, motherfuckers. I take care of my people that you won't understand. You can't understand. How could you understand? Crossing the road in the middle of the night at 2 or 3 o'clock to pick up a cap that some girls left on the fucking road because we're going in a group and she sketched out. Occupiers, Occupy Toronto. These guys were like, the universe feeds us, man. Occupy Toronto was part of that shit, man. I slept outside fucking St. James. Not St. James was this stupid fucking... Hey, listen, guys. Occupy Toronto. St. James Park. First of all, these wankers didn't even stick around there. All they had to do was they sent the cops in, okay? St. James Cathedral. I hope you know what I'm talking about. You probably think I'm schizoid or something. I've got Orange County Detective. Some people say I have advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It's very serious business. It's a medical condition, you see. It's got books and various diagnoses, symptomatic behavior. The person's acting strangely. He's acting a bit more creative than we would like. His emotionality seems to be bubbling up, coming up through the surface, as it were, disturbing some of our other members. Guys, okay, Occupy Toronto. History and fucking facts. I was in a shelter watching on TV, 6 o'clock news, with a bunch of my fucking mates, and we're cheering these bitches on. Because the cops are showing up, and it's a standoff. This is October, November 2011. St. James Cathedral, Church Street, and King Street downtown, okay? Between between Jarvis and Church on King Street, between King and Adelaide Church and Jarvis downtown. Fuck off and go find it, eh? Across from which, at 125 King Street, is the Avida fucking hair salon that my wife went to, okay, school at. She paid them $7 grand out of a shelter. She was living in a fucking shelter and she took that air course and paid for it. She's amazing. She's Colombiana. She is too good for me. Now, I'm not saying this with any malice. Judith, I love you, baby. You are too good for me. I've told you that always. Of course I can't stand to be away from you for even fucking an instant. What am I going to do? This is jail? This is jail. It just reminds me how good I have it. Right? Anyway, guys, St. James Cathedral, okay, right around the corner, obviously God is great, life of coincidence, 60 Colburn, there's this huge fucking condo going up that I worked security at, construction. These guys are hardcore fucking guys, man. I was stopping the traffic all the way from King Street, practically down to Front Street, running up and down Church Street from King to Front, and there's a little shit-ass little pisser called Colburn. 60 Colburn's a great brand, by the way. I've made the mistake, or in a sense, I erred. I never reveal my customers' brands on these videos, right? Because I don't want you associating his brand with me. Now, if I do some work for them behind the scenes, that's another thing, and I did. These fucking people are such a good site. I don't want them to get closed down. Ian Daniels is assistant site supervisor there, and I called first I texted him and I said, you need another signal person. I was a signal person. I tried to explain it to him. Ministry says you need one signal person per active lane of traffic. Now imagine, fuckers, you got an intersection. So you got two directions, and each of which is 2 lanes. Okay? So that's 4 fucking lanes. I can't even calculate what the hell's going on, how many people you need. You got 4 lanes coming in, but then you got 4 directions, and each of them is 2 directions. Do you need 8 guys? Do you need 4 guys? You need 2 guys at least. By the way, I've found this in my experience. Just like Imam Ali said, peace be upon him. If you gave me 40 guys, like this guy, he pointed to a certain fellow who had entered the conversation or the situation. He said, if you give me 40 guys like this guy, taking over the world is not a problem. Taking over Medina or Mecca, taking over Arabia is not a problem. Getting rid of this autocrat and this oppressor is 40 guys. Che Guevara took over Cuba with 12 guys. Now what are you going to say now, putanas? You guys are making deals with Cuba and you're putting down fucking the revolution. You know, it's funny, like this guy, I almost remember his name, Ed Schultz, I think. He was on Real TV. Real TV's the shit, guys. Guys, get fucking Real TV. You won't even believe what's going on there. Guys, Real TV is our savior, man. Because the devil is fucking media, and Real TV is like super high quality production. Okay, super fucking intelligent people. People like me as newscasters. Intelligent, fucking funny. Guys like Lee Camp are reading their news, essentially. You got hot ass babes, class, sophistication, style, culture. They're going head to head with the UN, fucking despotic governments. She had some dude from Russia on there yesterday. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. You can tell I've been brainwashed by them. And I don't mind it. Because I trust them now. But RT is great. So St. James Cathedral, and then these people basically left. Me and my buddies in the shelter see a bunch of tents, a bunch of cops, a bunch of cameras, a bunch of fucking angry people, and all and the cops basically, you know what? Cops had done this 100 times, fuckers. I'm a security officer. Okay? It's a waiting game. Okay, so they show up. Okay, so the guys are there. Let's say they've got their camps there. They've been assembling over a month to occupy Stockholm. Occupy, fuck. Where are those fuckers now? I'm still here, bitches. Occupy Brussels. Right? Poor Brussels, eh? A couple of those fucking guys showed up in Brussels. Now the problem becomes like, Brussels, the whole government is only thinking one thing. How can we prevent ourselves, like, now we're in the game. This whole war and terror. How do we slide into the right fucking social perspective from the right positioning, the right spin or positioning from a. I gotta talk about positioning, guys. Positioning is everything. Okay, let's say I want to go out with a girl. Okay, I need to position myself based on her mindset. I need to understand what kind of guy she's looking for. What kind of guy she not looking for, who may be an unexpected delight, right? A knight in shining armor. Okay, so then what things are going to piss her off completely? Maybe she has some bad associations with the military. And I shouldn't talk about being security officer and be Charlie Delta fucking 10-4, send me a 10. What is it? I don't even remember radio. Radio codes are for wankers anyway. If you can't express yourself properly, like, so you got things like 10-6 is I'm going on break. 10-7 is I'm on duty. 10-8 is I'm off duty. Stuff like that, right? 10-64, one of my favorites. Trespasser, eh? Unwanted fucking person, eh? I don't even know what the term is. Guys, St. James, these fuckers left. Okay? Then later on, I find them. They're not even in the news. I'm like skateboarding or walking around downtown. I see these guys, so I gotta call this one the history. Now I gotta call this one the history of the fucking Occupy Toronto movement. What am I gonna call this goddamn thing, eh? Because I had the other two titles. I've already forgotten what I was talking about. I got Orange County Detective. That's my excuse. What's your fucking excuse? Eh? Come here, press and click and play. You just like, what are you doing in life, eh? You're watching this video, and then what are you going to do next that's so important? Now, you may very well, my dear viewer, and with all due respect, you may say, well, fuck, you know, this guy, first of all, he's a retard. Oh, okay, I got to finish this thing to my atheist friends. Dear atheist friends, and then I'll be like, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. I mean, I learned from, my man in these matters is Michael Chaney, guys. Hey, I got underwear here. I love this shit. I don't really... It's clean. I don't smell it. I'm not that kind of geek, but whatever, right? Some girl came around. She was like the hottest fucking thing on this world. And as soon as it was a classic case of like basically Doña. So basically you have Carlos Castaneda. He wrote about, and I'll get to that fucking tweet later, okay? Don't worry about it, eh? I gotta get my fucking exercise on, guys. I can't function in life without doing this. Okay, I got this grill mat that I stand on, and I haven't even put my leg weights on. I'm so eager to fucking just get into this. As soon as I put this up here, this is like my guys, this is like my security blanket, eh? Oh, seriously. I can function. So, muscle movement meditation. Muscle, it's being worked out. Movement is not happening, which means you're doing nothing, which slides right into meditation. Guys, you won't believe that this fucking thing will revolutionize your life. I guess I'm going to have to say the rope is mandatory, guys. The rope is fucking mandatory. It's basically just a high-quality scarf. Find something that works, right? Right now, it looks like I'm being an idiot. But I'm actually giving a massage to the area of your fucking body that needs it the most, guys. The base of the neck. Brain is a great organ. Brain ain't worth shit without, obviously, electricity and the fuel, and then the impulses and neurons and all this shit. So basically, the spine... See, I don't know shit about shit, first of all. Okay? If I sound like... Okay, so basically what you do is you're fighting motions. You just stretch. So you start off stretching, eh? You're just like, okay, I'm stretching. Okay? And then you get into working out your muscles. It's so stupid. You want big biceps, or let's say you feel it. Your body will tell you. Okay, like right now I want to go like this. Why do I want to go like this? I don't know. I feel like it. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold it till I pop, yo. So it's like, oh my God. And then there's a psychological battle. Your body is telling you, your mind starts to tell you, even before your body. It's like basically the waiting game that the cops play. Once the cops show up, it's on psychologically. And all the leaders of the movement, they're like, oh, the cops are here, this and that. And then, police chief or fire marshal or whatever, like 2 hours later, comes up and gives them an ultimatum. Okay, now that's when the real game begins, guys. Because at that ultimatum, what happens is going to decide the outcome of this whole fucking thing. This is Che Guevara 101, which is Mao Zedong 101. Right? You fucking people are putting down socialism and at the same time putting up Cuba. Right? This guy Ed Schultz, he says, well, Cuban people are very happy. And after that, he lost me. Because after that, I've always said, the most important thing in life is to be happy. If you're happy, nothing else matters. If you're not happy, nothing else matters. Ed Schultz and anyone else out there, guys, listen. And by the way, the weights are not on the floor. Once I pick them up, they stay up for like 15 minutes. And that's the whole thing right there. The secret, if you will. Everyone wants fucking secrets so they can ignore them, right? Tell me the secret. Okay, what are you going to do with that shit? I went to Western Union yesterday. Guy helped me out. And the guy behind the counter, I told him my dad's saying. I was like, well, my dad says, and this shit works, it's fucking deadly, by the way. If someone's giving you a hard time behind the counter, be really nice and fuffle and fucking shift about and all this shit. This is like bureaucracy 101, fuckers. And then say them, you know, a friend of mine said to me, it's true. Pretend they're being nice to you as they're fucking you in your ass. And then, obviously not literally. This is like there's glass and mics and all this kind of shit. So you go into like, let's say the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. You go into a government office for a passport, which I need to do. You go into like some place for your license or whatever. If you go into a place of business, unfortunately, the law says those fuckers don't have to help you. Okay? Those fuckers are privileged and they're working there and that's their job, but they can be dicks and bitches. Okay? You guys know what I'm talking about. So if some hard ass is giving you a hard time, guys, you gotta kill him with compassion, guys. You gotta fucking kill him with kindness. You're not gonna get anything done in this life. Trust me, guys, brothers and sisters. I'm wearing a jail shirt. I got jail fucking pants on too. I forgot about that shit. This is like standard issue Toronto, eh? Toronto West Detention Center. So I'm proud to say I was in the Toronto West, which they no longer use. Don Jail has been shut down. They no longer use. I've been to Toronto East. These are fucking jails in Toronto. I'm a marketing consultant, fuck. For Fortune 500 caliber person, basically. That's what I consider myself, best of the best. Get me a CEO or some dude in here. Apart from a guy like Gary Vaynerchuk, guys. I gotta prop Vayny. Vaynerchuk is the shit, yo. I'm trying to start a hashtag on Twitter. Guys, go look up Gary Vaynerchuk. Drink his Kool-Aid. Study and try and duplicate his shit over several months. Months? By the way, I won't even say fucking day or week or year or reality. The guy's from Belarus. He's a hard fucking pipe-hitting Negro like the guys from Pulp Fiction, okay? He grew up in the aftermath of the Chernobyl disaster with people who had they had something called, oh guys, you won't even understand or believe this, because I don't. And I'm assuming that you're like me, right? We're all the same after all. So Chernobyl, okay, oh my God, you have no idea how great this is. They had this thing called Chernobyl heart, where people are born with their fucking heart outside their body, guys. He grew up with this kind of shit. And he says he was lucky. Now, here's something I gotta say that struck me as being amazing. And I'm not surprised. It's just my little world of coincidence. That's what I could call this fucking thing, my little world of coincidence, guys. That's the problem with titles, right? Like, I'm a title maestro, man. Okay? I consider myself a writer. So anything to do with words, that's my specialty, which includes speaking those fucking things. Right? Because you want to see the effect they have on other people. Yeah? Or no? Would you say that's an incorrect approach? And then you'd be like, what kind of fucking writer are you? I've never seen any of your books. I got like 5 books or 10 books. I got a bunch of books. Go to my blog. I got a link up there. You want to read them? Go fucking read them. Because you make the mistake of assuming that I'm like the other writers that you know, and you want to put me in that box. Hey, listen, I follow Margaret Atwood, and I bow down to her. She fights for libraries, and she fights for social justice, and she writes amazing fucking books. Yes, I've read The Handmaid's Tale, right? Yes, I'd like to read The Blind Assassin. Yes, I'd like to buy her new book. No, I don't have time. But I do love Margaret Atwood, and every opportunity I get, I read Margaret Atwood. I got her book, basically, is one of the ones I've lost, because I started carrying it around with me, okay? Handmaid's Tale. Okay, and this is from a conservative Muslim. Handmaid's Tale is obviously a statement against oppression of women, and I dig it. Okay, guys? I dig it. So, in any case, so this is... the standard pose is like this, okay? So you have a downward dodge in yoga. So listen, there's a foundation for everything, said Prophet Muhammad. And the foundation, and by the way, I'm talking to you, so I'm not really getting into this much. You hold it like this, you get some shoulders, okay? You hold it like this, you begin to get some chest and biceps, and just hold it anywhere. I need some upper chest today. Okay, it's up there. I need some lower chest today. Yeah, guys, you fucking sculpt your body like Michelangelo, motherfuckers. And I'm teaching you all this. Here's one of the standard poses where you can rest, standing up. This is the standard stand-up rest pose. And then you can go like this and lean into it and get your stretch on, get your boogie on, right? But you're like that, locked in. And if you have different kinds of weights, you figure it out. If you need to put a padding up here, you figure it out. This works out really well. You can see that the rope basically has them held at the top here, at the top. So these big weights are up, basically pointing upwards. Right, that's the way I've set it up. And it works just fine for me. And then once you get tired of standing and you've done all this kind of stuff, and then once again, it's just repeat and rinse. You know, you go like this. The beauty of the rope on this move is that once you get tired, as you get tired, you begin to let the rope do the work. And then you get to this beautiful fucking point where, oh my God, it's heaven. My neck and arms and everything. But the last thing, I guess I got to take you down from here in order to show you. Guys, the last thing is something like this, eh? So, basically, okay, fuck, stand up. See, my computer is now acting as my iPod holder, guys. Okay, so, you go like this, and you just sit there. Okay, this is, okay, so that's sitting, okay? I learned this from praying, guys. You'll be like, where did you come up with this shit? You sit down when you pray. You also bow down when you pray, like this. And this is a great move. It's a halfway point. By the way, when you've got absolutely no energy and you're beat and you're back from work and everything and life is pounding you, guys, you still need to pick up those weights. And in those instances, a little bit of energy goes a long way. That's why you learn these things. The standard sit down, okay? Just sit down like this. You can go like this. Just sit there. Guys, this is so amazing. By the way, I'm sitting on the points of... Oh shit, I gotta talk to Louisa. Alright fuckers, see you later, eh? But you see what I'm doing, and this is a great one too. You put your things behind your back of your neck, and you can lift them up that way. You put them on the back like this. Hey guys, roll the rope up and down your spine, eh? Put it like this for a bit, then like this for a bit, like this, and then take it down, put it on your neck for a bit. Hey, over and out. Thank you for watching. Shit, I gotta go, guys.